One of the routine things that we have to do on our farms, we have to make sure that we deworm our birds each and every month in order to eradicate the worms that are always infested with our birds. But you don't need to go to the pharmacies to purchase these drugs to give to the birds in order to deworm. You can use the natural remedies. So in today's video, we are going to talk about how you can deworm your bird using the papaya seed. How do you know that your birds are infested with worms and then it is time for you to deworm? When these birds are infested with worms, they really show the signs and symptoms. So number one, if you notice that your birds are not growing well, especially if at all you have birds which haven't reached the point of lay, because those ones you can be able to tell each and every day that they are growing. Uh, Most especially if you have a weighing scale and then you're measuring in order to capture their growth. So you can be able to tell that these birds are not actually growing properly. So at this stage, if you find out that they are not growing properly, you just know that it is time for you to deworm. And then another one, how you can notice that these birds are infested with worms, started checking their droppings, and then you will be able to tell that these birds are infested with worms. But I encourage you not to wait for this moment of seeing the signs and symptoms. You're actually supposed to deworm each and every month. Make it a routine in that you're not waiting for seeing the signs and symptoms. That way, your chicken are going to grow up well, and then the production is going to be so okay. You're not going to be affected at all. Before I move forward, I know you might be wondering why I choose papaya seeds as a dewormer when there is a whole a lot out there. Let me shed more light on this. Our main aim is to make sure that we get a natural way of doing these things. As I've been encouraging, I encourage each and every one, each and every farmer out there to use the natural remedies in order to do these things, such that we can avoid using too many antibiotics and too many medicines on these birds. Remember, after production, we offlay these birds. We take them to the market, and then here they are consumed as meat. So, if you use a lot of antibiotics on these birds, it means that the meat is not good for consumption, for human consumption. So, I encourage each and everyone to use the natural remedies. So I choose this papaya seeds because they do the deworming so perfectly. It's actually a very good remedy if at all you want to eradicate these worms from the chicken, because it does it so well. Actually, even in children, these papaya seeds can be used to deworm. You just need to mix the papaya seeds powder with honey, and then you give to the kid for 7 days. The kid is going to be okay. It is going to eradicate all the worms from the kid's body. So, as you can see, as it does in human, it does perfectly well even in the chicken. There are so many benefits of using this papaya seeds apart from the dewormer, because another benefit of using this seed, they can be able to control coccidiosis from your bird. And then another thing, it is so cheap because it is an agricultural waste, meaning that it is going to totally cost you nothing. So you will be saving a lot of money uh, when you use these papaya seeds to deworm your bird. And then another thing, is easy to store because you only need to get the powder out of this seed, and then you can store it for a very longer period of time, as long as you store it well. So now let's see how you can prepare these papaya seeds in order to deworm your bird. So how to prepare this papaya seed? Preparing this papaya seed is the easiest way. It is the easiest way for everyone because you only need to get a pawpaw. I encourage you get a pawpaw which is very ripe. So you just cut it into two pieces and then you remove the seeds. You scoop the seeds from that pawpaw and then you dry them. Drying this papaya seed is quite hard. You need to remove the layer which is on top of those seeds. If you don't remove that layer, the seeds are not going to dry. So you remove the top layer and then you dry the remaining seeds. You dry them under the sunlight or in the shade, preferably. It's going to take you 2 to 3 days in order to get the dried seeds. It took me time to dry these seeds. So you dry them for 2 to 3 days, and then after drying those seeds, you blend them. You can use any ways. You can decide to blend. You can decide to use a mortar as long as you get its powder form. So it is the powder that we need. And then how much to give to the bird? You have to weigh your bird because we give 3 grams per kilogram of a bird. So what you have to do here, you weigh your bird. So if you have too many birds, you just have to sample and weigh them. At your farm, you're supposed to be having a weighing scale that is used to weigh these chicks and birds. So you sample and weigh. For example, if at all your chicken are weighing 3 kilograms, meaning you're going to give 9 grams of this papaya seed. So if you have the powder, you can decide to mix it in your feed, and then you can also decide to mix it in water and give to your bird. So we give these papaya seeds and powder for a period of 2 to 3 days. After these 3 days, all the parasites, all the roundworms and tapeworms will have been eradicated from the chicken's body. Thank you so much for watching me. Please, these things which I'm sharing with you, please put them into practice. These things like we've shared about the garlic, we've talked about the ginger, we've talked about the charcoal. So if they are helping you, please share your story. Tell me down in the comment section in that we can be able to encourage other farmers who haven't used these things that we talk about here, in that they can be encouraged and use them. And I hope all of us farmers, we are going to benefit from this information. So thank you so much for watching me. If you're new on this channel, I'm called Lillian and I'm from Kevara Farm. Please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you for coming back to watch these videos. Thank you so much. And please ask me about anything in the comment section. I'm willing to answer all your questions. So thank you so much for watching me. Bye bye. Till the next one.